All right, let's show you a different kind of visualization. And I want you to look at what I'm about to play and try to think what information is being conveyed. Why the person that made this chose to do it the way they did. Sound? Did when I got here.
I had a little play when I.
Yeah, and
I think it just has.
okay, so let's stop here so we have a nice view of this part of the visualization. So can anybody tell me one of the things that is being shown here?
They're using different colors to represent which part or which instrument is doing what sound and for what length.
That's right. So we've got what are called parts. And so for symphony, like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, there's going to be a lot of different instruments, a lot of different musicians, and therefore a lot of different parts. So yeah, like you said, for example, this teal is one instrument doing one part. Is there any other information being shown here?
You can also see which notes are maybe higher than others and which instruments are probably have higher notes rather than maybe a different instrument having lower notes.
Yeah. So how are they showing us the pitch?
Up and down.
Yeah. So as we see, higher notes are higher up, lower notes are down lower. And this is using what's called semitones. So you can see they're kind of divided into blocks. So each block is a 1/12 of an octave, is a half of the tone. And this is a pretty typical way of doing music. If you've heard of the A through G scale, A sharp, B, C, etc. That's what this is. Another way to do it might be frequency. So it might be just increasing in pitch. And that would look pretty differently because, for example, if you count, like I said, 12 semitones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gap, that's 1 octave. So that's the difference between like that's actually a doubling in pitch. So if you have like 0 hertz, 0 frequency here, and you have a note, like middle C, and then you double it, you go to another octave, that doubling is going to mean that this is much farther away from here than it is from here in actual pitch. But they chose to use semitones. Okay, anything else represented here that people notice? Any other information that's being encoded? What about the width? Oh, go ahead.
So the width of them is like the speed of when notes going to play.
Yeah. So these little narrow bars. This is called pizzicato. When for example, a violinist just does a little strum on their string with their bow. These short notes you can see that they're short because they're very narrow. Whereas this long stretch is a sustained note. Okay, so we have colors representing parts. We have vertical displacement representing pitch. We have the length representing the duration. That may be the basic elements of this visualization. Oh, go ahead.
You can also see what's coming up next.
This is true.
So it's not just a moment in time. You also see this very simple part, then the complex parts coming up. I'm sure.
Yeah, what I really enjoyed when I was watching this just now is this section. So this part, which is the part where it's like da 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 da. So it's kind of building tension here for this very dramatic part over here. So you can see that. You can see that this part of the symphony is quite different from this part, and it's visually very appealing. It's like a little motif. Okay, what might you want to know about Beethoven's Fifth that this doesn't tell you? Go ahead.
The type of music he played or does.
So something about kind of like the genre. Like if you just looked at this and you didn't hear it, you might not know if it's classical music or rock. Go ahead.
You might want to also know what colors stand for which instruments, so you might want to know
This is true. Yeah, it doesn't have a key or a legend, so you can listen and try to guess what kind of instrument. You might know that a deep sound is a cello, but you don't see that here.
Which note you're playing or something.
Oh, okay. So labeling of the notes. Anybody else? One thing that struck me is loudness is not represented here. So this piece especially has an effect where it goes between soft, kind of contemplative parts, and then just this booming resonance. But each note here, it has the width, but otherwise it's just a rectangle. It's just saying this note, the semitone is playing for this amount of time. It doesn't tell you how loud it is. So we can see that visualizations and you know, one might not want to take the word visualization too literally. Obviously, this is visualizing the music, it's making it visual, but it works with the music. So you might think that sound, touch even, is a very useful way to convey information. And what we're going for here is, this is quantitative information. Each of the beginnings and ends of each of these bars is a time signature. It has a certain number of seconds or milliseconds since the beginning of the piece. But we don't need to burden who we're trying to communicate with all those numbers. We can just say, here's the block, begins here, ends here. We're going to highlight the one currently playing.